Hollow Knight Silksong is finally here. After the insane years of hype and copium, I can safely say it's shaping up to be one of the best games I've ever played, even though it's literally full of bugs. This is a spoiler-free guide that doesn't touch on any story beats or shows off major bosses, so the content you see will be of only the early areas and mini-bosses. For those who are still on the fence about getting this game, I hope I can change that today. Like its predecessor, Silksong doesn't hold your hand when it comes to figuring out how to navigate the world around you. Much of the core experience is figuring these things out for yourself. However, I collected a few crucial mistakes you should avoid to aid your journey through Farloom. If you learned something new, comment bug for your heart, and if you knew all of them, please share your best tips cause I'm still getting my butt kicked a lot. And as always, like and subscribe for more Hollowlily. Much of Farloom's environments are destructible, and some can offer extra rewards to reward trigger-happy gamers. Most important of these are the strings of beads that you can find hanging from the ceiling every now and then. They're a nice boost, especially in the early game. Another major reason to slap is whenever you spot a suspicious cracking wall. They normally hold a treasure or two, but can sometimes be the hidden path to entire areas, friendly bugs, or bosses, so keep those eyes peeled. But you can actually slap much more than just the environment. Whenever an enemy tries to shoot you, there's a good chance you can destroy or even deflect their projectiles back in their face. This was true in the original as well, but I didn't encounter that many foes that it could be used on. Another returning mechanic is the ability to hit enemies through walls. Unfortunately, this one does go both ways. Silksong makes use of a glorious player-friendly mechanic that allows you to purchase strings from a merchant to store your beads. These will not be lost when you die, similar to Sekiro's money bags actually. This is especially powerful when used in the early game, since you will be able to save up faster for the simple key and permanent upgrades, even though it does hurt to lose it all. Benches are checkpoints and a welcome sight for any wary adventurer bugs. They will reset all level enemies, which is great for farming, and it's almost always worth sitting down when finding a new one. But if you've really gotten yourself well and truly lost and underleveled, it might be better to take the fastest path back to your lost save instead. Just kidding. If you get completely lost or if you fell down in the wrong area, you can simply quit out to reload at your last used bench. You'll find many loot boxes hidden away in unlikely places, most often next to a spike pit, eager to swallow your treasures once you've hit them loose. Position yourself on the corner between your loot and the spikes, then loosen them to obtain the maximum amount. Just don't forget to spend your loot often enough lest you accidentally lose it all. When a boss fight really starts kicking your butt, try to fight it without even attacking at all. Often it's the combination of trying to find a window and fast attacks that can lead to an untimely fall. It also helps to take 1, 2, or even 3 hits when you can find the space, but greedy attacking will always be punished in this game. It can also help to closely watch any foe instead of your character, since they often telegraph their various moves. Sometimes all there is to it is reading the signs. They may seem hard, but there comes a magical moment where it all just clicks. Your healing ability is called Bind, where Hornet manifests silk strings around herself to gain health. Our initial heal is for 3 full masks. This can be easy to forget in the heat of battle. It gets especially tempting once you take your second hit outside a boss room. But if you wait for another hit and focus on dodging for a good window, you can get the full benefit. And did you know it's possible to heal in mid-air? Some bosses allow you to keep your distance, while others force you to stay right in their face. I typically heal after 2 hits against a strong foe, since it's easy to get overwhelmed and take another 2 hits before getting the chance to heal. If a boss isn't giving you any time to heal, consider a focus on dodging and striking with a silk attack instead, a move which will drain your silk level. Silk is basically your soul from the first game, which fills as you strike foes and pours out of you upon death. Your loot even stays wrapped up in a little cocoon on the spot where you fell. It's tempting to immediately strike this when returning to a boss, but if you're patient, it can be used as an emergency silk refill during combat. Don't worry about getting lost. Part of the game's charm is wandering through the world with wide-eyed wanderlust. All roads lead somewhere. As long as you listen out for your map friend and save up beads early for the pen and compass, you'll always find your way into the known territory again. Part of the adventure is getting lost now and again, but it only makes the feeling of finding a familiar face or place that much sweeter. Silksong introduces a quest menu showing what materials or feats you require to get some kind of rewards, bead necklaces included. Where you find a quest item dropped by a specific enemy, look around for the nearest bench. Sit down and slay that enemy a few times until you have the amount of items you need. They are so easy to complete if you dedicate a few seconds to this, so I definitely recommend doing so when you get the chance. There are much harder quests as well, like trying to find these fruit, but do these as the rewards are very helpful to your character. The next step is aimed at you joystick wielders out there. Hornet has a downward attack, but only in the direction she faces. I found myself trying to aim my joystick downwards and to the side, but this is unnecessary since it makes jumping puzzles and combat an absolute nightmare. Instead, simply make sure Hornet is facing the right way and perform a normal down input. Much better. Your weapon has a fair bit of range, so be sure to strike while there's still some distance between you and your target. There's also no limit on how many times you can land this in a row, so I'm expecting some insane puzzles further up the mountain. Be sure to practice on weaker foes or even a combat dummy if you can find one. I want to end off with some general tips. Even weak enemies can give you trouble if you get careless. When a boss summons smaller minions, it's usually best to target them first. You don't lose shell shards upon death. It's possible to parry enemy attacks by striking while they are in an attack animation. This is a bit hardcore for me though, since the bigger enemies still gonna freak me out. Remember to spend your items and money. If you feel you can never land a hit without getting hit in return, try striking and jumping back quickly. So there you have it, 9 mistakes to avoid in Hollow Knight Silksong. If you learned something new, be sure to comment bug for a heart. I'll be releasing more content on this incredible game in the coming days, so like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. I'll see you in the next video, friend. And don't you dare go hollow. Bye bye!